how can I help you?
Very first thing, do not wait. And I've said that repeatedly, but the longer they wait, the more likely those classes are going to be filled. So they need to know well in advance which courses they'd like to take and have backups in place.
It's always good to register early. That way the classes fit your schedule. A lot of our students are very, very busy. They work and they go to school simultaneously. So I think a lot of our students working 30, sometimes 40 hours a week have to balance their work schedule with their school schedule. So I think it's important to register early to make sure you get the times that are best for your school, and you could balance that with your work schedule. So I think the biggest dilemma a lot of students run into early on is they tackle too much at one time. They take too big of a bite, and they will take 18 hours of class in their first semester, and they'll be working 30 hours a week. And that's really difficult to do. I think sometimes you've got to know yourself. You've got to know what you're capable of, and so I think that's important, balancing the school work thing. And I also tell students, don't stress if you don't know exactly what you want to do when you first get here. Part of your college experience is finding out what you want to do.
And I actually encourage this for all of my students to meet with academic advising, to look at which courses they need, because sometimes courses need to be taken in a particular order that the students are not as familiar with, or they may not be aware of the prerequisites. So certainly I would advise them to speak with an academic advisor first and foremost to sort of develop that plan. And again, seek out the instructors, because academic advising, which does a wonderful job on our campus, faculty are not involved in that process firsthand. Several of us are certified to advise students, but again, faculty aren't assigned a group of mentees to kind of see them through their 2 or 3 years on this campus. And if they know what they want to study and they know where they want to transfer, I personally tell my students to seek out those faculty members who can help them, because they've taken those courses, they're familiar with the programs at the various schools, and they can give them very good direction well in advance of registration.
Certainly critical to that plan is registering for those classes you want and that you need. And I'd like to think along the way you're going to have these instructors that change your life. And so I think that's also important. And I always tell everybody, regardless of anything, do what you love to do. Don't do what you feel you have to do. If you love what you do, you never work a day in your life, and I sincerely believe that. And I hope all students go with their heart and not necessarily what their brain tells them to do.